Hello, everyone. So, this morning I was scrolling through Twitter, not expecting to see anything interesting. And all of a sudden, I see this repost of Milo Yiannopoulos' lengthy thread. And this thread involves two individuals, Sarah Stock and Elijah Schaffer. Now, I'm sure some of you may know who Sarah Stock is. Some of you may have at least discovered her on YouTube, where she has a mild presence. However, on Twitter, she has such a gigantic following. I can't really say the exact number right now. In fact, hold on, I actually have a. Okay, yeah, she has a gigantic following. So, yeah, obviously, most of you may have seen her profound tweets, but anyways, she is relatively new in the right-wing sphere compared to other folks out there anyways. And Elijah Schaffer, I'm sure many of you know who Elijah Schaffer is. And I discovered Elijah way back in 2018. And I remember his videos where he would interview protesters and parades and stuff like that. It would be so funny. I remember how sometimes he would bump into Flecker's talks, and wow, that was like a wonderful crossover, you know. And years later, he had a separate show with Savannah Hernandez, and she left, after a while of doing that show to do her own thing. And then Elijah had a show with Sydney Watson. And I don't know what exactly happened on that on a specific day, but after that, it abruptly ended. And a while later, well, for a while, I haven't heard a lot about Elijah. And then all of a sudden, I hear little bits of information that he was kicked out of the Blaze because allegedly he sexually assaulted Sarah Gonzalez, who I think is still on the Blaze. Anyways, that's a lot of talk. Let's just get into this thread. Now, let me just preface and say that I am not a drama channel. I don't do this type of stuff for clicks or whatever. I really want to just express my thoughts on this because for a few hours I've been thinking about this, and I am really I can't say super stressed, but I am somewhat stressed about this, and I really feel bad for a lot of what's happening right now. So okay, let's just go through this. Okay, so I'm in touch with Elijah. Oh, by the way, I'm recording on a different device, hence why the microphone is going to be pretty low. It's mono, by the way, so it's going to be possibly coming out through one ear. I'm sorry if that's the case. Okay, so I told him to get off the internet for a couple weeks and go to rehab. It's better for everyone to just rip the Band-Aid off. So I'll share with you over the next few hours the info doing the rounds in private, or at least what I've been able to confirm. Now, this screenshot I took an hour ago, but I'm recording this right now, 9:55. So I'm just saying a lot of stuff could be posted as I'm recording this, and the time it takes to edit this and then publish it, So I'm just saying that stuff can happen, and I obviously don't have that information right now because I'm not looking at it. But anyways, just saying, So here we have these two DMs between Elijah and Milo. I've seen a dossier someone put together. Everything is coming out. My advice is to check yourself into a facility sooner rather than later. There may be a life for you after this, but it's going to depend on being totally honest about all the details, and it's going to require sympathy. As far as I can see, drug addiction is the only card you have to have left to play. If I were you, I would go out of my way to be generous and decent with the wife and kids. This cross-filing in other states for divorce is insultingly childish and stupid. So apparently his wife, who by the way is gorgeous. Like, I remember a couple of times his wife was on a few of his shows, and wow, oh my goodness, I was astonished that Elijah was able to pull such a baddie like that, you know? Oh my goodness, like wow. And it's really sad that this is going on, you know? He has such a loving wife and children, and you see stuff like this, and it's just heartbreaking, really. So, okay. So apparently she filed and he also filed in a different state. Observers will be asking, haven't you put the poor bitch through enough? The investors don't matter. If they met you and wrote you a check, that's on them. I'm sure it'll be a while before you are ready to start putting your life back together. But when you are, I will help you. I've been trying to signal to you for the past year or so to cut the bullshit and talk to me. I was hoping everybody could avoid this. It continues with, you may wish to be offline for the next week or two. And then he responds, what do you mean cease and desisting people right now? But I got my car back, so that's good. Are you stupid? So apparently there's also a bunch of other tweets that Elijah had, and I think he deleted it. I don't know the full details. I haven't seen them properly. I've just like skimmed through a few screenshots that I saw someone took, but I don't have them with me right now. But yeah, apparently he was saying some stuff, and a lot of people were worried. Are you stupid? What do you mean? Wait, just seeing the top of this. Hey man, I'm going through some tough things. Can you help me? What, dossier? Shot you a call. Your tweets have been so erratic and insane that people are asking if you killed your family. There is a dossier being circulated that reveals all the details about Rift's collapse. So Rift is it's Rift TV. It's his like own company, I guess. And by the way, Sarah Stock actually works for Elijah right now as of this recording. So she does have a little thing at Rift TV. Okay, so your drinking, substance abuse, the affair with Sarah Stock, treatment of your wife, sexual habits and perversions, alleged prostitution, your wife filing for divorce, and then you filing back in a different state so you can make out that you dumped her. And he did put out a tweet, and a lot of people were giving him sympathy and stuff. Some of them obviously have to do it because he is their friend, but some people are calling him out on the fact that he also filed for divorce. So here's another tweet from Milo, and these two tweets I really want to talk about. We have this little screenshot. If your husband doesn't know, now is the time. I understand that you won't see it like this for a long time, but as you can see from the above, it is better for everyone that things come out in one burst today instead of metastasizing over weeks. Don't let him find out from somebody else. So this tweet here I want to talk about. And this has been really frightening to me. In February 2025, Sarah Stock and Elijah began sleeping together. The affair ended on the day she got engaged, about 6 months later. In that time, they experienced multiple pregnancy scares. It is alleged by one former acquaintance that Sarah got at least one abortion. Now, I doubt this. I really doubt that they got pregnant. Now, here's the thing. Now, we don't have that much information. Milo didn't provide, as of this recording, that much information to this little statement. He's mostly talking about other stuff, but it's like, what about this statement? This is imperative too, Now, obviously, I feel like maybe the acquaintance possibly misheard some stuff and, must have claimed, oh, it's abortion. Or possibly heard about pregnancy scares, right? Heard about these pregnancy scares, and then put 2 and 2 together and thought, okay, maybe she had an abortion, Because when we think of pregnancy scares, one of the things that come to mind, at least to me, is abortion. And it is something that's obviously frightening, to have like, to just think about stuff like that. But it's like, I'm sure this acquaintance possibly thought the same thing, like, oh, abortion, instead of just looking at it as it is, pregnancy scares. So at least one abortion. I doubt she was pregnant. I can understand pregnancy scares and cheating, but I can't really understand the abortion thing, because I doubt she was pregnant. I doubt she got pregnant. Obviously pregnancy scares, but I doubt she was pregnant. Now, there's also an audio of her. I don't know who she was talking to. Was it Milo? It sounded like someone else, or maybe it was Milo. I don't know. It sounded like someone else. But regardless, it's been a while since I've heard Milo speak. Okay. So, anyways, let's just move on to the next one. Okay, Stock and Schaefer had sex on the day they met at CPAC conference. In recordings of Stock's confessing the air, she claims the large amounts of alcohol were involved. They told each other they loved one another. Elijah told her he was thinking of leaving his wife for her. Elijah, you had such a baddie of a wife. I'm not even joking. She was so gorgeous. She is gorgeous. And it's like, how can you even do that, And for Sarah, how can you be with someone else and then all of a sudden cheat? I get it, you weren't engaged yet, stuff like that, but I don't like that, And this is coming from someone who tried to do the same thing, When I was younger, I was in an online relationship, and for a week I wasn't able to speak to my girlfriend at the time. And I was trying to really, cozy up with someone else, but we never really. I couldn't really, at that time, get her to really. Well, I couldn't really speak about relationships to the other person I was talking to at the time, but I was really, really trying to like cozy things up with her, and after that, I felt so bad. I felt horrible. It still haunts me, and sometimes I just want to throw myself over the bridge because I did that. It's such a horrible feeling to have and such a horrible thing to do. And look, I'm not saying that it's the end of the world. You can easily patch things up. I am recording right now.